Okay guys, welcome back to part 3 of the building and construction of the Wall of Sound. And unfortunately Saturday morning everything I recorded on the cube, the little Polaroid cube, for one reason or another it didn't turn out, or didn't record even though I thought it was. Don't know what kind of malfunction that was, but basically I can walk you through what we did today. I'll just grab the ladder over here and set her up, and then I'll take you over top side here and give you a little view about what we did. We still have electrical work to do and all that, so you can be a part of that that fun. So let me get her off of here. And I think last time you were here we had just put one of the threaded rods there, and one of the beautiful things I did was go to a machine shop. Instead of hassling myself and figuring out, geez, these things are 24 inches long. How am I going to cut 2.5 inches off of them and still give a nice thread on the end of them? And I thought, you know what? I'm too smart for that now. And I figured there's always a lot of machine shops in town. I call one of them up. Guy I know, Randy's like, sure, bring them on down. 40 bucks. He cut up an 8-foot piece into 4 24 inchers, and he cut up the other ones in the size I needed for 40 bucks, and I didn't have to worry about redoing the thread. So we came in this morning and we just put all the extra pieces of rod up there, and then it was just a simple matter of adding additional shelves as we went up higher. And when I got to the ceiling, I basically reversed what I had on the floor. Instead of the plate being on the bottom, I now made the plate on top. And as you can see, they're screwed in underneath there. And this thing gives a really, you know, this thing's going to ride out an earthquake with no problem. You know, it's strong as an ox. This threaded rod will not bend. It can take tremendous weight. I don't have to worry about an earthquake, this whole thing coming over, because it's actually a compression fit in there. These nuts on the top just expanded, and I raised the threaded rod up a little bit out of the coupling here to actually work that into the ceiling a bit. Not going through the ceiling, but getting that pressed up in there enough so that it is not going to come out. And I think you'll see, then I went out and got some finish board for the front, and I wanted to finish off the insides. You can see a little bit there on the sides, and I came back here on the end and just put a little piece up on the end there to give it a nice finished look. So about $600 all in. I have a shelving unit that can now comfortably hold 30 pieces of stereo amplifier vintage equipment with no sweat whatsoever. We got 10 shelves on each side. We can get 2 or 3 units in the middle. We've got these shelves so strong, and they're cleated underneath here with these 2x2s, that there's no way that these shelves are going to flex and sag, so it's not going to look crappy when it goes through. So all told, I guess it was about, what, maybe 15 hours of effort to put in something that, well, you'd be proud if people came over to your house and saw that, and they'd be like, man, that is really friggin' epic, when they see the all the stereo equipment and the hi-fi stuff on there. They'd be like, wow, just kind of melt into the seat there and just take it all in. And then, of course, you can showcase one piece if you want, or all of them. You know, I'm going to slowly tomorrow start putting the pieces up here. There's some of them that aren't going to be fired up because I don't want power running to them, because they're not, you know, I don't want blue smoke coming out, and they haven't probably run in a while. But they'll be sitting on the shelf anyway, and it's going to really look ultra cool. And it'll allow Jen to get out from underneath of, you know, so many of the cartons that we have around here with good stuff in it. Everything here is good, and it's good, valuable stuff. Okay, it's stuff you don't see. It's stuff that's very collectible. It's stuff that people want to buy. It's stuff that people bid on aggressively when they see it. The nice thing about here too, we've maintained our TV. I have space behind here if I need to reach things. These strips are mounted. They're not electrified now. We're going to get that into the next video. The cable's all running and everything. It's ready to go, ready to have the power strips turned on and everything. But we don't, and the other thing, that's another nice thing too, we can just come down here and you know what, just click off the power strips if we're going to be away, or throw the breaker, and we have all dedicated power to this shelving unit. So I still have to go and work in the pantry area there in the laundry room to go ahead and get the electric all set up, so we can close up that wall there. And you know, it's unsafe. You know, Jen might be whipping around with a metal handle and a mop or something and hits that open breaker box. Well, it's like you don't have to worry about MS anymore, do you? I mean, it's like, that's the least of your friggin' problems.
I might have severe heart problems.
Yeah, severe heart problems. So the other thing I want to do is thank Missy Jen. She twisted more nuts on probably in her whole life combined. She never played with so many nuts as she.
I'm a professional nutter.
You're a professional nutter now. So she was such, well, she's a partner. It's what I expect from her, and she came through like a champ. And I think, Jen, you'd agree this thing probably came out better than, you know, your expectations on how that would look out for strength, for flexibility, and safety, that you can sleep at night. We were originally going to do this shelving unit, of course, and Jen will tell you with the, Rosie's first idea was electrical conduit and then just put conduit clamps underneath of each leg. But we just didn't think, you know, under 300-400 pounds, that just looked like it could just buckle out, you know, and then all of a sudden you just...
I come from Germany, and in Germany everything must be 110%, so
Yeah.
I expect only the best.
Right, so she demands the best, jawohl.
That's
You know?
right, jawohl.
Jawohl, and German engineering right here, you know, it's
Correct
a
America.
BMW kind of chick here, right?
Right.
So I think all in all, Jen, it turned out wonderfully. It has, the thing I'm pleased most, of course, we have the thing that has the TV sitting on it. And I was astounded how well the wood kind of matched our existing setup here. And I think if I move the ladder sort of out of the way, you can kind of get a better idea of just how nice, how nicely everything blends together, and it looks like a continuous sort of custom unit. We can always add an additional shelf if we collect DVDs or something. We can always cut a shelf and just have it hollowed out on the in the area like a U shape, so it can just go on there and rest on top of a washer to put DVDs and things. But I didn't want things to look ultra tight because sometimes I have to work behind here. You know, you guys know our internet problems and all of our connectivity problems on the Rancho have been incredible. You know, we have two routers. We're 8-station feed. We're thinking about a gigantic file server and stuff. The Rancho needs a lot of connectivity and stuff, so I need to be able to get behind there. As you guys know, there's plenty of cabling running up there. So I'm going to wrap this vid up for this particular section of it, and then we're going to go into the pantry area, the washroom there, the laundry room, and see what else needs to be done. The other thing I had to do, and I'm about halfway through here, all of these have to now be tightened into position. All of these 3/4 inch nuts have to be tightened from top and bottom, or else if you're listening to you know, amplifier or something like that, and or stereo receiver, and it hits a resonant sound, then you're going to hear vibrating metal and zzz. You'll wonder what the hell it is. Well, I'll know what it is. It's things that aren't tightened down on the shelving. This shelf is strong as an ox, and it came out beautifully. So, having said that, let's get on to the next section here. We've got to finish the electric.